Why the question mark on inferior American plumbing? Do I need to educate you? Have you
Uh,
been outside of America before?
I have
Have you
been
traveled, my
to
friend?
I've been to 8 different countries. I've not been to Australia.
Okay, you've traveled. But
Yeah,
where
a little
to?
bit.
Where to? This
Uh,
matters slightly. Where to?
so Canada. Um,
Oh, they're
yeah,
kind of America
I
light.
I know,
And
but
I mean that in the nicest way. Sorry, Canada.
I have to start with that. But I've been to England,
Okay.
Germany, Denmark,
Okay.
Sweden, Estonia, Russia,
Jesus,
and
Russia?
Finland.
The
Yeah,
fuck?
but this is the other thing is I
You a foreign
can't.
agent?
No, 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 no. But I can't speak to the plumbing because I was on a cruise ship for most of it.
Oh, that's cheating. That doesn't matter then. It's all about on the ground in those countries
Yeah.
and where you take a shit. Um,
So you're not in a country unless you take a shit there.
you're not in a country unless you've used their bathroom and stayed at
Okay.
least one night. So you've had a bowel movement there at least. That's what means you've visited a country truly. Sorry,
That that no,
sorry.
that's a
And
great
this matters. So Andy, let me tell
okay.
you why this
Sure.
matters. So you didn't get the chance to notice either way that there was an absence, and I'm going to blow some of your listeners' minds, however many they are. There was an absence of plungers in probably all those countries, maybe except for Canada, because Canada is so close to the border and everything. Andy, do you own a plunger?
I do. And now I'm just trying to think back
Andy,
because
Andy, Andy,
yes.
why do you own a plunger?
So when the toilet gets stopped up, you can unstop it.
Andy, did you know in the rest of the advanced world that I'm pretty sure, maybe other people can tell me, correct me, but from the countries I have visited, the toilets do not get clogged up. The toilets just work. You would have to try and shove a basketball down there to get it clogged.
Interesting.
Yeah, they all use different mechanisms. Our toilets, well, I can speak for Australia especially.
Yeah.
Our toilets actually flush. Your toilets, you go if you go after this thing, you go to your bathroom, you press the little knob button thing, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it won't flush. What will it do?
It flushed most of the time.
No, you use the word
Sometimes.
flush. What it'll really do is it'll suck. Yeah, there's a little pushy, but mostly it's a sucky, and it
Oh,
makes
I
a
see what you're
gurgly
saying.
noise. It
Yeah,
makes a
yeah.
gurgly noise, and it spirals, and because it's like such a weak suction, and it's a suck,
Yeah.
not a flush.
Okay.
And I realized this after living here for 20 fucking years. Well, I was like a few years ago. I realized it. I've lived here for 20 years. Americans are also obsessed with asking me, "Oh, does the water go spiral the other way in Australia?" And I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't because the Earth still spins the same way on the same axis,
Yep.
even on the correct side of the globe, the south side, which is the north side, because there's actually no up and down in space. It's all planes. So, and one day we'll be the north anyway because of the polar
We're
reversal.
learning so much.
Yeah. So everyone else's toilets, it literally flushes from the rim and pushes it all down, and like away it goes. And it's a
Yeah.
much deeper bowl. No, so anyway, so no one stands there looking at the toilet in
That I
Australia.
noticed. In the UK, the bowl
Correct.
was so much deeper.
Yes. So that means they have proper toilets because
Okay.
they have the normal Western standard, unlike the, sorry to say, inferior American plumbing. So no one stands there and looks at the toilet and watch it spiral down and go away. You can do it in the sink too, maybe, but it just doesn't. We don't care. It just flushes. It works, and you go about your day. But in America, it's a much shallower, deep bowl with a lot more water in it. And I figured out why Americans were asking me which way it spirals. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't look. No one. We don't look.
Yeah.
As we're doing the dishes, maybe. But yeah, it's because American toilets. Like, oh, that's why. Because they're toilets, and they are different. And what was I? Where was I going with this? I've had a Red Bull and two coffees.
I think I said it doesn't matter what we talk about, and you
It's
said
a
I would
much
regret
it's a
that.
much weaker flush mechanism. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys need a plunger. No one else does. And I can't find out why you have such terrible plumbing. But my theory is homophobia, male homophobia.
Well, that's why we don't have bidets. for sure.
Well, that as well then. Although they're getting
Yeah,
popular. I've never
they
used
are.
one. I
Yeah.
would like to use one, but I'm nervous about how to use one. But here's the thing. So it's all about splashback. So the normal bowl for the rest of the functional world, advanced world, we'll say, because
Yeah,
squat. Little known fact: the most common toilet in the world is a squat toilet. So it's like a hole in the ground.
sure.
So
Yep.
you can have stainless steel around it. It's fine. I've been to one in Dubai. It was interesting. Um, uh, what did I say?
A friend of mine has I think Japanese wife. I think she's
Well,
Japanese.
I am hopefully
And
going to try a Japanese toilet next week.
yeah, and
I'm going to a
so
restaurant just for because I'm told they have Japanese toilets in them.
uh
Yeah, yeah.
and so his son was very used to like the squatting thing. So when they put him in daycare, he would stand on the seat of the toilet and try to squat like over the. I'm like, that just sounds dangerous.
Can I blow your mind slightly more then?
Sure.
Apart from you shouldn't probably do that on a Western toilet because it is actually the natural position to do that, and also for
Of
childbirth.
course.
Like you
Yeah.
meant to. That's why there's this thing called a squatty
The
potty.
squatty potty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Which
I
had
swear.
great commercials.
I need to buy a new one. I don't have one right now. I should
Yeah.
get one. Yeah, they actually, it's true. But the thing is, it's about homophobia because it's about splashback. So the taller bowls we have in the rest of the world, the normal world, the normal Western, advanced world, shall we say, there's a longer drop. So if you are doing something, there's a small risk that it'll go boop and a little bit of water will go right up to the right, the right spot.
Yeah.
And you might get a little surprise. And now most people, most men in the rest of the world, we're okay with that. I mean, that happens. It's a bit of life. It's a little exciting. But my theory is in America, so you've got this shallower, wide bowl to eliminate the risk of splashback, and that's why you have such shitty plumbing and need a plunger, just because you want to take a larger. I found this out in a very embarrassing way when I first came to America. I was like, oh, this is a thing. Oh, what do I do? So yeah, thanks America.
Hey, we are constantly ruining things for everybody. I
And
mean,
now
that's
you know. And
yes.
like seriously, if you travel overseas ever again, have a look and say, ask them if they have a plunger, or just take a note of the toilet bowl and shape. I
Yeah.
pointed out to many Americans when I've been in Australia. Yeah,
Well,
that
I'm gonna have to change that. I tell people I've been to 8 countries because apparently I've only been to three.
you've been to them, but
I haven't
you've
shit
got
in
to
them.
spend a little time because travel is all about experiences and it's about noticing differences and
Mhm.
hopefully enjoying them.
Yeah.
And one of them is taking a dump in one. Honestly, it
Yeah.
really
I
is
mean,
because
that was it was kind of a point of contention because I was there with my now ex-wife and she
been there, done that, my friend.
yeah, so like she just wanted to go to like Americanized restaurants there and I'm like, I want to go to
Oh,
like
that's
the
sad.
local thing. Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry. And she was American.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So she just craved the familiar, even though she wasn't opening herself to experiences.
No, no, no. She was
But the,
afraid there'd be something different, you know?
but in all seriousness, the two great things that you learn that are experiences that you can learn a lot from is international different food from different countries.
Hmm.
That's a great equalizer, and also how people deal with the aftermath, which is how do they shit.
How do the shit?
And you can tell a lot by society, I think, from how they do that. And like, look at the Japanese, the Germans. The Germans have a little shelf.
Right. I know this.
You do
So
know this, so there
because they
you
eat a
go.
lot because they eat a lot of sausage.
I don't know if it's about the sausage, but I think they're very health conscious and they'd like to inspect it before it flushes.
Yeah. Well, I was always told that it was because of like sausages and the meats that they ate. They were worried about like worms and that kind of.
I don't know about that. I heard that they honestly, I just heard that, and
They just
who
like
knows
to
what's
expect
right.
it. Yeah.
That they'd like to inspect it because they're health conscious. They want healthy stool, and like I can't fault a culture for that either.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't know. But yeah, you can tell a lot about a different culture by those two things more
And
than anything.
then we have such a weird culture where we are.
You're telling me you need a fucking plunger.
But you mentioned homophobia. As a culture, we're very homophobic.
Yeah,
But
still,
yet
yes, sadly.
but yet our bathroom stalls are literally built that you can make eye contact with someone who is sitting taking a
Oh,
shit.
my friend, America is full of weird homophobic but homoerotic kind of stuff. Like I never got changed in a boys' locker room in school, like for gym. Like no one else in my school was looking at each other's junk. as
Yeah.
growing up. Like we just didn't, we don't have these weird moments of male nudity with each other, and we don't really do. You guys are big on wrestling, and I mean the like high school kind of wrestling,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Greco-Roman kind of. We don't. That's not a thing in Australia either. We're not grappling other men, young boys, and getting sweaty with them. It's like we just don't. We don't. And we're cool with you be whoever you want. I mean, homophobia is everywhere, but so
Yeah.
is acceptance. So yeah, I don't care who you do as long as it's consensual.
Yeah, I'm always like I can be concerned about two people's sex life, mine and whoever I'm having sex with.
Exactly.
That's
But
it.
I just wondered, like, where's this weird? It's to me, it's homoerotic, not really homoerotic, but it's like boys and men get very close and very nudie with each other and very touchy, and but it's not sexual. But it's like, but what you have a problem with that other stuff? Then all right, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Did I not tell you? You did not expect this. Like you
uh
didn't know what you're in for when you said you could talk about anything.
no, I
I'm
didn't,
so
but I
sorry,
was
Andy.
no, I was down for it, man. These are my favorite ones.
I
The
draw
one
comic books for a living. All right, so this is my
you get, yeah, and that's, I mean, that's kind of, we started as a drink and draw, and you said, taking work to the bar, and it wasn't about that. It was about taking the kind of antisocial act of drawing and doing it with your friends.
I don't think it's antisocial. It's just when I've come to loathe drink and draws, except in the social context, because they always do them at conventions, and like,
Yeah,
and some of my friends are like, oh, let's go to the drink and draw. I was like, why the? You just spent a whole day working.
yeah,
Why do you want to go to the bar and do more work while drinking? Like, I know that's my downtime. I need some relaxation. I'm not going to draw more
yeah.
at the bar. Like, would you ask a brain surgeon? Like, hey, we just did finish the brain surgery convention or like a shift. Do you want to go to down the pub and do some brain surgery too? It's like, no, I'm probably not.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you
Yeah.
ask any other job to like, would you like to do more work while drinking at the same after doing the
With it,
shift?
there's a
No,
lot of
probably not.
things about being an artist that people ask for that they wouldn't of other, businesses or
Yeah,
other
an awful lot of
professions.
charity,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And
an awful lot.
that the whole trope of like, oh, do this for exposure, blah blah blah. Um,
Yeah, people die of exposure, so it's not that good. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
well,
and it,
we've all done it, but yeah, but we would the guilty truth is that we would all do it for free because it's a passion and it's our life. If you're a real artist, not a
yep,
real artist, that's a denigration. If you're an artist, it is a calling, it's in the blood, and you would do it anyway. But it's better to pay your rent with it as well. So
of course,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
or
And
your
I mean,
mortgage.
and I've done those kind of projects, those quote unquote exposure ones, and it's more just because that sounded like fun. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not doing it for exposure because I know that's kind of bullshit. I'm just doing it because it was one of those ones where they put up like
Well, you
uh
shouldn't because you are worth something, and your work is worth something.
for sure. And I mean, they give you like a stipend, but it really didn't cover the supplies. It was one of those things where they get the fiberglass animals and put them all over town, painted by different artists, and it was just fun to do. So like and there was that kind of
Wait, was
point.
that it's like a city? We call them councils in Australia, but like a
Mhm.
city, whatever jurisdiction. Like, so that's a public art thing then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so that's an well. Okay, some artists get paid a lot of money, stupid money, to put up bullshit installations, but that's a
yeah,
nice community spirit thing. That's different.
yeah,
That's absolutely fine
yeah. And
because
it
you want to
was,
get arts in the community.
yeah,
Arts is actually way more popular than sport. People don't realize it. People go to museums, galleries, participate, go to concerts. They do all sorts of stuff way more than they do sport. Yeah, because arts is people. Arts is
I
connection.
suppose, yeah.
Arts is important.
But I mean, even
Is
like
why I fucking hate and fight against AI.
that's been such a thing.
You're just hitting
Yeah,
all the notes right now. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
No,
It's
that's fine, man.
been a week. I haven't talked to anyone in days, man. Come on.
Well, you said you're working on a deadline. Can you talk? What were you working on? Can you even say?
I'm wrapping up. I'm trying to wrap up the second issue of my short run on Department of Truth, the Image comic from James Tynan and Martin Simmons. I'm filling
Nice.
in for 3 issues, and I got to get it done. I'm trying to do average 4 pages a day right now. Pencils, inks, and colors,
Oh wow! So the
which is
whole, yeah,
mixed media paints and then finishing on computer. Because I am insane, but I have a deadline because someone's going to visit me and I need to spend all my time with them after that. So I got to get it done. Plus, it's
nice.
due anyway. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great job. I'm very happy with the work, actually. I am not phoning it in. I am fucking
Yeah.
uh, wired and on fire right now. I'm very happy with it.
Nice.
Because
It,
as an artist, you go through the different phases where you can't get any work done and you're not productive. And then you go through phases where, like, oh, great, I could do this in a week or 2 weeks. Not really a
yeah.
week, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I find that I very much need some sort of background noise when I'm
Yeah.
working doing anything. So a lot
I
of times
always have, yep.
I have like
Sorry, I keep
yeah, yeah,
interrupting. I
that's fine.
apologize. I apologize.
I'll have the TV on, and it's this kind of fine line of trying to have something on that's not going to hold my attention, but at least it's enough noise to kind of.
Yeah.
So
I
it's gonna
always
be
have,
something I've seen 1,000 times.
yep. Movies or TV shows. I stream endlessly in documentaries. So, but not the stuff I really want to watch, like any Game of Thrones thing or like The Pit or something really good that I want to focus on.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
just
exactly the
watched.
same.
I just watched Knights of the Seven Kingdom.
Yeah, that's the one I was like, no, I'm not watching that while I work.
Yeah,
No,
it was
no.
fun. It was not what I expected at all. I didn't really care for the
It worked.
yeah
Well, what didn't you care for? Come
the
on.
no, I didn't care for. It was fun. The what was the other one?
That
House
whole
of
world,
the
man.
House of the Dragon.
It's a little drier and a little like,
Yeah,
mm, yeah, I wish like for me the Game of Thrones was never about dragons and fucking Targaryens and all that shit, unless they were going to go back to more origins and the real meaty shit, which apparently they will.
yeah.
Apparently there's going to be a film of the conquest of Aegon's conquest. So
Oh, okay.
but we know how it ended. We know how all
Yeah,
this shit ends. I'd rather something just set in the world of it, following different characters, or get a good writer and make up something new.
yeah. That's how I feel about the Star Wars stuff. Is like anytime they try to do something with the characters we know, I have no interest. But then they did like
Rogue One,
Rogue One and
Andor, Andor,
Andor
because I'm old, so I appreciate Andor.
and even Skeleton Crew. I thought Skeleton Crew was a ton of fun.
I haven't watched that one because is it very kidsy?
It's more kidsy than most, but I
But
thought it was a lot of fun. I
but
liked
it
it.
holds true to real Star Wars rather than
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it felt very like Goonies in space.
Okay,
I
all right.
love Goonies. So
Not as much Kathleen Kennedy influence sort of stuff because sorry, the sequels left me cold. Sorry,
yeah, I mean they
it
were
was so
Star Wars.
ramshackle.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
there were just some things that were I was just like this makes zero sense.
I'll
That
watch it at some point.
yeah, it was
But
fun.
I'm down with the what you may call it, Mandalorian. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's another perfect example. Like
most of
the
it,
yeah,
most of it. Except
Mandalorian was a lot of fun.
those weird, stupid biker people with the really bright colors that they just randomly
Yeah,
put into. It's like, what do you? No, no, just take them out. It's fine.
and
You can
like
still see the influence they're trying. Oh, but these will make great toys, and we'll put them in for the. It's like, no, they're just lame. No,
yeah,
maybe let the younger kids really appreciate them, but I do not.
the
I'm an
Boba
old grumpy man now.
the Boba Fett series I didn't like until the Mandalorian showed up, and then I'm like, this is great. This should be more of this.
Yeah, the Boba Fett series lost its way, and it suffered from a lack of. Um, so with the show like Game of Thrones, you really get a sense of the richness of the world and the
Hmm.
largeness, the size of the world, with the different accents, different regions, all of that sort of stuff. And Boba Fett, it's like, oh, you're a crime lord now. You control the whole. You've got five fucking guys, my friend, or
Yeah.
like three or whatever it was. It's like that's no. The Sopranos had more characters. Come on, and they only did a small part of New Jersey. For fuck's sake,
Yeah.
like no. So it left. It was kind of dumb.
Yeah. And my favorite thing from the Game of Thrones, even starting watch like the first time watching it, was the opening and how they would show you like all the locations that were going to be in that like episode and like where they were. So like gave you scale and
Yeah.
kind of like a point of reference. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah. I fondly remember when they were actually first casting. Was it Django Fett in the
Yeah.
prequel ones,
Yep.
and they were casting a little known actor, although he was a big known actor at the time for me, Tamura Morrison.
He's
I th-
New Zealand, right?
Yeah, and a lot
Yeah.
of people came at him saying, "You can't cast a Latino character or Hispanic character for this role for some reason or whatever." It's like, and like the fucking racists couldn't even get that right. It's like he's
Yeah.
a fucking Maori from New Zealand, you idiots. Just because he looks a little darker than white doesn't. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, he's
mean,
a great actor. He is a great actor, but probably not as much into Boba Fett. Go and see Once Were Warriors. That's
what is it?
amazing. Once Were Warriors.
Once were war.
Once Were Warriors. New Zealand film, all
Okay.
about Maori family dysfunction and I think alcoholism. I haven't seen it in many years, but I think he won a lot of awards. It put him on the map. That's why he
Yeah.
got what he got later. So
Oh, that's funny because if you'd asked me if he was a good actor, I'd be like, no. Like
no,
I
he is. He
didn't.
is. It's
Yeah.
a tough film. It's like one of those good drama films. So
Yeah.
yeah, I recommend if you like him. Yes.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and then they all go on and do the Disney stuff and the superhero stuff. I'm like, oh, well, that's them phoning it in, really, and just getting a good paycheck, hopefully. So
Yeah. I mean, and
I know that.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's I feel like acting
No,
is one of those careers that is so difficult because you can destroy your career by taking a role where like it,
well, a shitty one.
yeah, but I mean, if you're a plumber and you take a shitty job, I mean, it's like
You
that's not going to affect your.
for most plumbers, they
They're all
possibly
shitty.
are shitty jobs.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like
Um,
taking one job isn't going to ruin your career. Where if you're an actor, it can like,
no, but you get actors like Kate Blanchett, who
yeah,
was played a whatever her name was, because no one remembers the villains in that Thor film, and then you get like Christian Bale in the other Thor film. It's like they're great actors,
hmm
and they do some other films.
and they do some other films.
But hopefully they bring some good stuff to the role too, because
Yeah,
they're great actors. So mm. I just want to
how
see Alan Ritchson in a proper Marvel or DC film. He needs to be Batman. He needs to be a big. You
Alan
know who
Rich?
Alan Ritchson is?
No, I don't.
For fuck's sake, Andy.
I mean, I might. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Have you heard of a TV show called Reacher?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Alan Ritchson, and
That
he's
big
actually a
dude.
really cool guy. Apparently, in person too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's chased down muggers and he's punched out angry neighbors.
I saw that. That was like
Yeah.
just the other day.
Yeah, but he's actually apparently a good guy. But he's just turned 40, I think, or he's early 40s. So
Yeah,
his time is running out. But he's huge and he is good for so many roles, and he should
yeah,
get because he seems like a geeky fanboy too. He's like all about fun.
yeah. I mean, he's the kind of guy you would just assume would have gotten cast as something
Yeah,
somewhere along the lines.
yeah. I'm not saying he'll win an Oscar, but he would fit some roles.
Yeah,
So there you
and but
go.
and it's funny because like obviously I'm a big nerd and love the superhero movies, but I'm getting a little over the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean,
They got to do something to bring it back and make it actually interesting again.
yeah,
Because they've just gone out. Yeah, they lost all the focus after the was it Endgame? No, the Infinity, the thing
yep,
with Thanos, whatever the fuck that one was.
yeah, and then it's
Which I
just kind
can't
of
even
gone off.
remember him now. There's been so many.
It's gone off in so many directions that I think they're just kind of losing. There's no more through line, and it's like there'll be good movies here and there, but it's just not.
Well,
There's no reason to see them all.
I think we're all sick of origin stories as well.
Yeah,
We just need to get to the meat of them. I didn't mind the Fantastic Four film. It was all right.
yeah, that was all right. I really liked Thunderbolts. I thought Thunderbolts was great.
I haven't actually seen Thunderbolts.
It felt very much like early Marvel stuff.
All right.
And did you see Black Widow?
No.
Because I know a lot of people crapped on that, but I think
I didn't see it because
yeah,
at the time it didn't tie into anything new coming up. It was just like, it's from before.
right, of a character that
I,
you're not going to see anymore.
she dead now.
Yeah, yeah. But
Sorry, spoiler.
yeah, Florence Pugh is phenomenal in it. And
Yeah, she's a
super
great
good.
actress in general. So
Yeah. So like she was really, really good in Thunderbolts and just that that great thing and like is gonna like tie back to Game of Thrones where it's very dramatic but still really funny, you know.
you can find a good balance of the two, I
For sure.
think. Yeah. So I think Night of the Seven Kingdoms did that. I think it did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It was
And it expanded the
much fun.
world. Yeah. And it brought in main characters or major characters from
Yeah.
the lore, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's great. I didn't expect to even like it, and I really loved it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was kind of upset that it wasn't longer to be honest. Like I didn't really because there's only like 7 episodes or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
short and sweet, but that means they can make it a season a year.
Yeah. Oh,
So
well,
it'll
okay.
ideally it'll be running. Yeah, there'll be more.
Yeah.
Next season's already greenlit. I like reading movie news, so of the stuff I like. So I like knowing this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Supergirl. Like that trailer, I think is looking great.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that one. And I do not care about Supergirl whatsoever. I've never read the comic, just didn't appeal to me. But
Nope.
when I saw her at the end of the Superman film, which I really did like, even though I'm not even a Superman fan,
Yeah,
it had
I
that movie had heart. They established those characters really well,
mhm.
and it's just like that's how you do a fucking superhero movie, even with a
Yeah.
bit of a story. But yeah, and she's Australian, by the way, just so you know. I forget her name, but she's Aussie, and
Yeah,
she's
I can't remember. She's in House of Dragons.
correct. And some
Uh,
Aussie shows. She's
yeah,
pretty new, but yeah, and it's got Lobo, which looks to be a pretty decent Lobo. So
yeah. It's Jason Momoa. I'm kind of. I don't get it, man. Like he was great in Game of Thrones. I thought he was terrible as Aquaman, and I don't.
oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
And so like watching
There's
Lobo,
been
I'm like,
so
oh, he
many
looks
you
pretty
just
good.
forget
Yeah,
about. Well, that
it's
was back in the old like we're trying to make these films and be cool and match Marvel, and like we just can't get it right for like the third reboot.
yeah.
Like, just give up. Just yeah,
I don't get it.
Gun's their last chance, but he's the best chance, which is great. So him overseeing stuff, I have confidence in. So and
Yeah.
Momoa's a big freaking geek because he was meant to be the Crow for the longest time, and he would have been a good Crow, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I
I
mean,
saw the test footage of him doing it. James
oh,
O'Barsh
yeah.
sneakily showed it to me when that was still all going on. When we were headed to the airport to leave from a con, and like, holy shit! The man apparently spent like $100,000 on his own wire, whatever the apparatus is where you jump around and do that shit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like this man sent in a show reel to try and be the Crow, and it just never happened. So it sucked. But yeah,
Uh,
I like it when they're enthusiastic for the role,
yeah.
like
It,
proper geeks.
I saw him at I think Boston Comic Con one year, and so like he was kind of like walking the floor, and he walked by our table, and everyone's like, "That's Jason Momoa. That's Jason Momoa." I'm like, "That's bullshit. How did he get a Guinness?" That was my only concern.
He was walking around with a Guinness.
He's just walking around. He had a Guinness in his hand,
As
and I'm
a,
like,
I've
"Very
never heard a
jealous."
bad word said about him, like
Yeah,
as a human being in interactions. So, and I've
I,
done a
I,
lot of cons, and he's been at a few.
yeah,
So, word gets around when oh that guy's grumpy or like hey, he's a bit behind this. Like no, that guy seems great.
yeah.
So
I gotta say, my interactions with people at cons have been almost completely positive.
good.
Yeah, it seems like people are really appreciative of the fans, and I love that. So, I mean,
It's,
there's
it's where
exceptions, but
it's where we come together, Andy.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
where we share. It's the safe space.
it's all. I mean, like you said, most people like that are nerds anyways, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's I miss I haven't gone to cons in forever, but like I miss it because like everyone would hang out and like everyone's there for the same reason for the same weekend, and it would be
I
just
think you
kind
should
of
go to a con, Andy. Why
I
haven't you been to
should.
a con?
I don't really
Where
have
are
a
you
good reason,
based,
Ben.
Andy? What?
Halfway between Boston and Providence. Like I have no excuse.
Oh, yeah, for fuck's sake. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on. I'll be at Wicked Con. Shit, I got to book my flight. I'll be at Wicked Con
Right.
in Boston whenever that is coming up.
Is that Fan X?
No, it's Wicked Con. It's like a one-day show, but it's all comic artists and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's put on by a fantastic human called named Bob Shaw, who's actually my oldest American friend.
I know Bob Shaw.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
So you know Bob?
Yeah.
So I call Bob my oldest American friend. He's
Okay.
he's he's Santa. He's American Santa now, but because he has a better beard than you. Sorry, it's all white.
Oh, I feel like that's a change. Well, mine's getting there.
Well, he's
Yeah.
all white.
Yeah.
He's Silver Fox. But he bought a piece of art off me when I was still living in Australia before I was a published comic book artist.
Yeah.
He paid me $100. That was a lot of money back then, certainly to a young kid, for a picture of Dream from the Sandman from me, and he mailed me a crisp $100 bill.
Nice.
Little did I know I'd be meeting that guy in person years later and like going to his little conventions and stuff because he wants to do one like kind of like that has heart, like Heroes Con.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just on the comics and get it one going up there, which, yeah. So I'll be
Yeah,
going back there. You should go, Andy.
I'm gonna put it on my list. I'll have to
Yeah,
check
look it
out
up. Wicked. It's called Wicked Con.
Wake
And I
Con.
recommend everyone in the area that you should probably go to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
He's a genuinely good man too. He's a good
yeah.
guy. He cares about
Um,
people.
but back in the day, like I used to own a comic book shop, and I mean that's
Oh,
how I
thank
knew
you for your
Bob.
service.
Oh, yeah, no problem. It was not
And
a.
I mean that seriously.
It was a tough world to live in because I mean
Yeah, no shit.
to
I have
make it
respect
work,
for retailers.
you had to not just make your shop work, but you had to do the shows and the eBay, and it's like you were always doing something to
I know it's even tougher
try to
now.
make that. Yeah.
So
Oh, I can't imagine. I see we get a lot of like Pokemon has had such a resurgence.
if it helps pay the bills, it helps pay the
Yeah,
bills.
yeah. I mean, we have I think like three shops that opened up in the last year, like nearby, and I'm like, oh, that's you're too close. Like, so I worry for them, but
But they sell comics too.
oh no, they're just well,
Well, if they only do Pokemon cards, fuck them. I don't care.
yeah. One is strictly Pokemon cards and is in an old ATM vestibule, like it's that small.
Well, they
Um,
sell what they love. Good, more
yeah,
power to them. But I do not give it. I'm not into Pokemon, so like, good for them.
yeah. I don't get it.
I
But my
care about
kids
the
are.
comics, man.
Yeah,
I care about the comics. We got to
but
get
the
kids reading comics
the
again.
other one is kind of like a general collectible store. So I think there's some comics in there and video games.
Oh,
And,
that's cool.
yeah, just
Long as
like
they,
a nerd store.
long as someone's keeping comic books as a medium alive.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
how have you changed the way that you work as things you said you do stuff painting but and digital, like do you tend to lean more digital now or do you still like
Fuck no.
yeah
I was one of the early adopters of this thing called Photoshop, but not in the normal way, not in the
okay
traditional comic sense, because I'm not a traditional comic artist. I do it. I'm a writer artist, and I do
yeah
all the art. I like saying artist in Australian because artist.
artist
Um, I'm an artist. No, I still draw almost exactly the same way as I used to. I just try to add more detail now, and I
yeah
started inking a few years in because before I was just doing pencil sketches and doing like watercolor washes over them. But whatever I do, it's all mixed media. So I do ink washes now. I tone things up on
yeah
I'm showing him a
yeah
thing on a camera. You can't see. It's on gray tinted paper because it establishes a midtone, so I can go
I
darker.
love working on either like a gray or a tan because
Yeah,
it
because
takes
then you
away
can add
that
your white
yeah
highlights and stuff.
yeah
And then I scan it in, this painted grayscale page in, and then I just use a mouse and I color it that way with lots of layers and textures and various other things and a bit of dodge and burn. Like I still use it the same way I've used Photoshop for 20 years.
yeah nice
So yeah, so Photoshop really pissed me off when my computer crashed and I couldn't reauthorize my old copy of Photoshop even though I paid for it. And because they turned the servers off, the authentication server. So I have to subscribe to their new bullshit now.
oh jeez
So I'm using a 2021 Photoshop because I refuse to upgrade
yeah
because I don't need any of their bullshit. And they took away some of the features I used. So,
about
but
a
I
year
still only use the mouse. I do not draw on computer. It's all by hand and
yeah
then by mouse. So,
about a year ago, I was doing ink washes because I found that I was being like a bit of a control freak, and I always wanted to be perfect. And with like an ink wash, I do like single line drawings, and it just kind of gives my brain that setting of it can't be perfect because there's a certain amount of anarchy that's going to be involved. It's going to, the ink's going to go where the
correct.
ink's going to, and I'm so much happier now. I'm so
Andy,
much happier.
Are you a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a
This
dog
has a,
person.
I can tell.
Okay. How
You like
so?
the control. You
Yeah.
like so you're
I
aligned.
feel like
You needed to.
is
Here's the
this
thing.
better help or is this a podcast?
This is linked to your art and your mentality and your process, right? You
Okay.
wanted to loosen up. You wanted to free yourself up by doing the ink wash. And
Yeah.
watercolors are slightly even more, where you
Yeah.
have to accept where it goes and then harness that, right? It's not just the tight line work, and it's not just like everything won't go exactly where you want. So a dog is like a 2-year-old. It loves you no matter what you do. A cat, you have to accept. It'll be itself, and it comes to you when it's ready, and you have to nurture it enough that it wants to come to you. You have to earn its trust. You have to earn its respect. A dog, you can keep kicking. Not that I advocate this, but you can keep kicking it, and it'll keep coming back to you. So
Yeah.
like it's a safe, controlled thing, and you want to be more free than that. So get a cat. It'll help you
Yeah.
out.
I don't know if I want a cat.
Am I
Definitely
wrong
more.
though? Is the logic sound? I think it's there.
I understand your logic. I disagree with your perspective on cats. I feel they're more just
How dare
indifferent.
you?
I just feel they're indifferent in general to your existence.
They're like moody teenagers.
Yeah,
But,
and
a cool dad, the teenagers still love him. And,
well, my
they come to
teenagers are
them.
now adults, so like,
Oh, well, you're all right. Did you ever have a cat?
yeah. Oh, I've had cats before.
Okay, okay. You're
Yeah,
slightly more well-rounded as a
yeah.
human being. That's good. It's all right.
Wait, so I have to poop in a country in order to experience that country. Do I have to poop in the litter box in order to experience having a cat, or is that a different?
Not unless you have that fetish, and
No,
that's not
no,
that's
no.
on you, and you should keep that private. The more power to you with whatever you like.
Yeah,
I will not judge. Okay, I might slightly judge,
I would
but
judge me if I did that. Yeah,
so Andy, you do not poop in a litter box. You've
I've
never pooped
never
in a litter.
never pooped in a litter box.
Neither have I. But
Yeah,
now I think we need to have a little try that.
I've never even pooped out. Like I've never gone camping and pooped outside. So like I've never even had that experience.
Where does your dog poop?
My dog poops outside.
Why don't you have a communal experience? Get closer to the animal, to
I
the
feel like
dog,
it's the eye
your
contact
companion.
that would like really throw me. You know, like the dogs will just make eye contact while they're pooping. I don't think I'd have some performance anxiety.
Andy, have you ever pooped while anyone's watched?
No,
You've never made I haven't either.
now I'm just
Pretty sure.
I'm assuming when I was learning to use the potty at some point someone was keeping an eye on me.
If you didn't remember it, it never happened. All
Okay,
right.
so I don't believe so.
I think a lot of people have not had that experience either. That's probably not one I'm about to try either, but yeah,
Everyone's so sheltered. They never pooped in front of people. It's so weird.
exactly.
Yeah.
In some cultures, I'm pretty sure they probably do, but yeah. I just want to explore yeah, no, I'm just going to explore
So I
what
do remember
fetishes
the
you might
part.
have.
I do remember the part of this where I said, Ben, talk about whatever you want.
This is why I like my own podcast
Yeah,
because I do. But I think it's interesting conversation, and it gets to the heart of what makes some people tick, how they view the world, and
of
all
course.
sorts of stuff, and like how they shit. Apparently,
And it's way more interesting than just like, oh, who's your favorite comic book artist? And you
I can
know,
rattle those off, but
yeah,
a lot of people who know me already know all that
yeah.
stuff.
I'm
I
sure
don't
you
like
said it already.
the worst interviews and podcasts I've ever done, or I try to avoid doing them. As like, tell us how you got started in comics. And I'm like, yeah, it was like 20 something years ago now, and that world does not apply to anyone in any relevance anymore, unless it's
Yeah,
part of a larger story that you can actually is interesting. So we all draw.
yeah. And I mean,
I do.
sometimes it's like from my perspective, you have to start, especially when you're completely cold on the person, you don't know anything about them. You kind of have to start a little bit there. But then you listen to the weird shit they say and be like, wait, tell me more about the Harry Potter themed rock band you used to be in, and
Yes,
so it's just like
but here's the other thing, Andy. Andy, as a professional, you read up a little on the people before you interview them.
sometimes, honestly,
I love it when people do their research and
I
they
do
ask.
just a little bit,
Yeah,
and
but then they ask me specific things. I go, oh, let me tell you about that, and like the stories involved in that or something. It's like, oh, you know about that? Let me go there. Yeah,
yeah,
I like that. It's more in depth, and it's for the people that are genuinely interested in the true craft or the true mind behind the person they know, sort of thing, a bit more. Rather than trust me, there was one time it wasn't me, it was the direct. So I had a film made out of my first comic book. Just if anyone doesn't know, here I'm fucking doing it now, right? It was called 30 Days of Night, and it got a film option. And
I've
then
heard of it.
5 years later, it got turned into a film. It nearly
Yeah,
didn't. Not every film does. Movie, book to film does, but it did. And I was part of the junket where they go around and sell it. I felt special for 5 minutes. It was great.
yeah,
And I remember I was standing there and listening to the director getting interviewed by this know nothing magazine person. It's just like it's all waffle bullshit, and they just want a quick line for a quick thing. It's like there's nothing educated about it in any real way. It's like it's waffle. And I think she came up to him, and he's a serious director. He directed a movie called Hard Candy, which got him in the beginning.
oh
Hard
yeah, yeah,
Candy's a
yeah,
great film.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gone on to do some great stuff. And they, the lady simply, it wasn't even well, it was a question. She put the microphone up to him and said, "So, vampires, scary, scary, scary."
And like, how do
Like,
you?
okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Where do you
Great.
go from that? Yeah. I think my favorite press junket moment in all of human history is when Samuel L. Jackson was asked by some movie reviewer how the response was from his Super Bowl commercial. And Samuel L. Jackson's looking at him, and all of a sudden he's like, "You know, I'm not Lawrence Fishburne, right?"
Oh, wait, he's the what's in your wallet guy, right?
Yeah, and
Is
so
he?
like,
I can't remember who is and who isn't
he's
now.
what's in your wallet, and Lawrence Fishburne had done some Super Bowl commercial for another company, and
Yeah. Oh, that was actually an Australian interview too. If
was it really?
it was on Australian morning
Oh,
TV,
it
which
was
is
brutal. I
so.
felt so bad.
If everyone knows what morning TV is in general, it's the same in Australia as America. It's insufferable bullshit people
Yeah,
laughing and not knowing anything about anything, but interviewing people. Yeah, it was terrible. That's on Australia. But I
yeah,
actually had a surreal. If you want to know, do you want to know a story?
yeah. I
Plenty
love
of time.
stories.
I don't tell stories very well, but I had a surreal experience with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for a very brief period, another book I did with a very great writer called Warren Ellis
Heard of him?
uh, was going to be a TV show, and it all came to me. And it's a very sad story in the end. Not because of that, but because of some stuff that happened later, and not even that. Not what some other people might think. I'll tell you what that was too. Uh, I was in America. I was living in America. He was not. So the agent said, "Well, like there was an opportunity for it to be turned into a TV show by Samuel L. Jackson's production company, who at the time were already doing one show, animated show called Afro Samurai. If
Oh
you've
yeah,
ever heard of
yeah.
that,
I've heard
yeah.
of that.
And so
Sure.
they were thinking, we want to do another show. This one looks interesting. We could do that. So I got invited out, and the potential was that I would had to move. I would have had to move to London for 6 months and art direct this fucking TV show. It would have been a fantastic experience. It would have been great. I didn't ask for it. It was offered to me. It's like, oh, shit, yeah, I'll give that a shot. Great.
Yeah.
But part of it involved going to LA, because I did not live in LA, and have a meeting with Samuel L. Jackson and his people. So I get there, I'm meeting these people around them, and he's not there, but then he comes in a bit late, and he comes in the room on this Hollywood lot type thing, and it's many years ago. So it was when a phone app came out, and it was and he was, instead of paying attention to me, he was really just having the time of his life on his phone with this new phone app, which was like a Samuel L. Jackson soundboard of all of his greatest catchphrases. So I was sat there with the man himself, and
Yeah.
hearing his famous catchphrases from a phone app, and him laughing his ass off at them. It was like, dude, you're in the room with me. Like,
Yeah.
and I could do this myself.
Yeah.
It was a great.
That's
He was very nice. It was great,
yeah.
but ended up not happening because I think they just wanted to go in a different direction, more akin to Afro Samurai or something. But and then in that same year, I found out, and I got totally ripped off on my own comic book property, which is called Wormwood Gentleman Corpse, which IDW, which is got bought by a billionaire
Okay.
many years ago now, like 15 years ago or something like that, who runs a corporation called IDT by the name of Howard Jonas. His son now is the president or whatever it is of the company. But different people at the time I signed on, because I was literally worked in their office for a year. I was like their exclusive artist for a while too. And I met my ex-wife there. So it was like happy times for
Yeah.
quite a while. But I trusted these guys, right? So I signed on to have them develop it as a TV show. But it was developed in-house because they had an entertainment division run by a guy who, it turns out, when he left or got fired, was actually siphoning funds off to allegedly to pay for two sugar babies.
Okay.
He
Okay.
got busted.
Yeah.
But
Allegedly.
yeah. But I found out more years later. But I was told, and I found out by a press release, that I was to have no involvement whatsoever in my own creator-owned comic turned into TV show. And it got so far as a script and a table reading, which is where you'll read
Yeah.
the thing. And I found out, and I was unaware of it and wasn't invited and nothing. So I found out I was only going to be a creative consultant, which is the fancy way of saying nothing, but they can say your name
Yeah.
um, on my own thing. And years later, well, several years later, I got a message from a voice actor who was apparently a huge fan of mine. He said so, and because he was wanting to say, "Oh, I was going to voice one of your characters." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I asked him like, "What
That's how you
happened?"
found out?
And he told me all the things like, "Can you remember who some of the people in the room were?" And the thing that pissed me off most, and I have nothing against the man, George Lopez. What do you think when you think George Lopez?
The sitcom comedian guy? That guy?
Correct. But what's his comedy mostly about?
Oh God.
What's central to George Lopez?
Just him being Hispanic, I would think.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So this main character is meant to be an English accented, Guinness drinking guy that wants to just sit in the pub and drink and enjoy the human
Hey,
dimension.
George Lopez was going to voice that character.
Well, this is his production company was going to turn it into a TV show in conjunction with IDW, and
Yeah.
uh, I signed on one proviso, which was, well, George isn't going to voice the main character, is he? And so the guy at the time, Ted Adams at the time, said, no, of course not. No, it won't be like that. It's just his production company. I'm like, okay, I'll sign on for a bit. And yeah, so the voice actor told me, it's like, so who was voicing the main character? It's like, yeah, it was George Lopez.
It
And all the
baffles
IDW people
me.
were in the room too, but I was nowhere to be seen. So that was very
Yeah.
nice. It was very nice to learn how much I'd been disrespected. I had to ask people, like, am I being disrespected? I think should I be angry at this? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm not going to definitely do anything with them anymore. So yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
just funny, like how stuff like I mean, there's even stuff that gets all the way through production, and you're just like, why did anybody think that was a good idea? Like, how? What meeting
well,
happened where people like stamped that as a go? You know?
so my only point with that is one, it could have been a good idea. I don't
Yeah,
know, but it wasn't. It would have changed the complete nature of the project and of my book, which was nothing about it's more Doctor Who crossed with Hellboy, right?
yeah,
Not with a guy like George Lopez as the main character. I'm sorry. But that's my vision. And if I had anything to do with it being transferred to another medium, I would have liked at least that basic respected slightly.
yeah,
So that was not to be. And I learned the hard way that publishers are not necessarily your friends. The fellow creators are. And I'm all about creator rights and that you should be respected and you should ideally make the most money out of any project you do more than anyone else. But a lot of certainly for a period of like, what is it, a decade or more, when everything was being optioned for a film, publishers weren't really comic publishers. They just saw dollar signs of trying to get them the film rights sold.
yeah,
So that was all they were doing. And more often than not, it was the bosses of those companies. So I'm going to be an executive producer on this one. And the creators were often left out until we all got agents and managers and whatnot people to look over that. It's a lot better now and people are a lot more savvy now. But I was a babe in the woods with all of that stuff. So I learned the
yeah,
hard way. And so I just don't even like dabbling in that field anymore. I like doing comics for comics. So
yeah. And even with technology moving so fast, it's so hard to stay up with like the different options there
this
are.
is it's all so much now and it's all
Yeah,
lost in the wash. So
yeah,
I got a career out of the news of a movie being a comic being optioned for $1 million. It was $1 million spread among a lot of people,
yeah,
but I got a nice little chunk change. That was very nice. But it was the news of that got me a career. If the film never got made, well, it would have been all right by me. I mean, I still had a career. I was immediately given a name in comics, like, oh, this guy, what the fuck? So that
yeah.
was great. But the film it didn't affect me in any real way. It gave me a bit more relevance, I guess, for publicity reasons, but not in the actual comics, I think, because people either love or hate my work, and that's fine.
Yeah. I thought they did a great job of, and I hope you felt this way, but I thought the vampires represented your artwork well
Yeah,
in the
and I
movie. Yeah.
attribute all of that primarily to the director who said, how about, because for a while they were going to put vampiric monkeys and polar bears in it and all sorts of stuff. They went away from the central part of
Yeah.
it. And like the director, finally, this director came on, David Slade, and he's like, "How about we just make it about the book?" And so they did, and all full
Now,
credit to him.
I'm
So
not opposed to vampire monkeys because that sounds like that could be a lot of fun too.
me neither, just not in that film because that wasn't the bloody book.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. They need to pay me to be a a consultant for $100,000 and I'll just come in and give opinions on shit. And it's like, this is the correct opinion. I have opinions.
No monkeys, and let me tell you where the best place to take a shit is.
Exactly. I'm worth gold, man.
Yeah.
Gold. That's $1 million a year job, I tell you, right there.
But Ben, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
We're wrapping it up. Damn it.
Yeah.
I was having fun, but I do have to get back to work.
Yeah.
Too.
You have a deadline, and I don't want to be the reason why you don't make it. But
Well,
where can our listeners go to check out what you're working on?
The comic book shop currently with the first issue of, the 36th issue of Department of Truth is my first one, and it came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
And the next one will be very soon, as soon as I finish it.
So run down to your local comic book shop and get it. Don't.
Yeah, I got a web store, 78squid.inc, where I sell stuff, but most stuff's sold out right now. I need to work on some new stuff. I've just been a bit busy. Yeah, I'm a controlled chaos right now. But and I hope to be at some
my
cons.
whole life. Yeah.
I'll be at Denver Fan Expo, Dallas Fan Expo. I should be here. Well, what?
Wicked Con?
Wicked Con, and Heroes Con especially, hopefully, should be. They like me. I like them. Yeah, I get around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you like... Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Sam Keith, because he was great.
Oh, yeah, that was tragic.
And if anyone knows Sam Keith, my work is not like his particularly, but it is in many ways. It's slightly cartoony and weird. But if you have taste like Sam Keith, who we lost recently, I'm bummed about that. Yeah, you might like me. I'm not classic superheroes. I do weird stuff, horror stuff. So does that wrap that?
You're a creepy dude.
Good?
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'm terrible at promoting myself.
I was gonna make sure you get that last bit in case people want to learn more.
We'll all miss Sam Keith though. So
that was a bummer.
I never met him, but I had one single phone call with him once. He just called me up out of the blue. It was very strange. And like, how did you get my number? Like, well, it was very nice.
Yeah.
I think I accidentally pissed him off at the end because I was just clueless as to why he was calling me.
Oh, really? That's so weird.
There was no reason to call me. It was just like, I would like to say hello. Like, okay.
I got to interview Jim Mahfood once.
And, Jim's great.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. But
I met him in France.
I was so confused because I kind of was doing we started as drink and draw, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I've listened to your show. And we had a musician on and this friend sent him, and I was so confused by the fact that he had listened to the show. And
he is a media man and he's a smart operator.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised by that. So
good
it's dude. Great.
So
yeah.
Well, hopefully I will get to WickedCon and I'll see you there.
Yeah, and I look forward to you taking some shits in other countries.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a
maybe even list. With your dog. I don't know.
I'm gonna make a bucket list of places I want to shit. So
you should goals, man, life goals.
Yeah, I feel like everyone should have that. Yeah,
yeah. I hope this was okay.
It's perfect.
Good. I like to entertain people. So thank you for having me, Andy.
Yeah, anytime. And listeners, we'll catch you guys again next week.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.